Genius On Board Daycare Center, located near Southfield's Providence Hospital, provides a unique service to area first responders and the community as a whole. And Pink and White Salon near Telegraph and 10 Mile Road in Southfield is getting back up and running after being closed in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. We'll visit these businesses today on Business Matters. Hello and welcome to this edition of Business Matters. Business Matters looks at the business community in southeastern Michigan, area businesses, workforce opportunities, and special projects. The findings in a just-released report, The Impact of COVID-19 on Small Businesses, highlights the profound impact on the smallest locally owned businesses. The findings are sobering. Millions of small businesses will be at a great risk of closing permanently if the crisis continues for several months. The survey paints a picture of how even reopening comes with additional challenges, raising questions about how businesses will navigate the rest of the year.
This pandemic has been a real challenge for our business community. Our small businesses are struggling to ensure that they can provide goods and services to the residents and the business communities, and they've been doing all that they can to, weather this horrific time frame. But many of them are open for business. They've figured out ways to get products and goods and food out to the homeowners and to the business community that's here. They've added many safe practices. They're following all the state and federal and county guidelines and the city guidelines, of course, to ensure everyone's safety. Our restaurants have been opened during this entire shutdown period. They've been providing carry-out services. I know the city has worked really hard to help them by offering signage to encourage people to get carry-outs, and so we've been working hard to get the word out through our website at cityofsouthfield.com, sharing all the restaurants that are opened. It's been really great that we've all worked together, working with our Southfield Area Chamber of Commerce to help promote the restaurants that are opened and to make sure that there's a safe work environment. We have so many hair salons and nail salons that are open in our community. Cassandra Ward, who owns Pink and White Salon, she's done an outstanding job of taking advantage of the kits that are available from Oakland County. She contacted our Centropolis, and we were able to give them some face shields to make sure when you go in for your services that you're going to be protected. So this, with a mask, helps to ensure that the hairstylists and the nail stylists are safe while they're providing the services that you need. So a lot of our facilities and businesses have come in and cleaned up and made sure that they're meeting the needs of the community.
The Pink and White Salon is a full-service salon doing nails, makeup, and hair services. If you need a nice manicure after a long, hard day or are ready to treat yourself to a total makeover, they offer you a comfortable facility and a staff that's dedicated to serving you with a complete range of nail, hair, and facial treatments. Cassandra is the owner and is a Detroit native.
Here at Pink and White, the type of services we offer are hair, all phases of natural hair care, as well as weaving and extensions. We offer a full service nail and pedicure, manicures, pedicures. We also offer special occasion makeup, as well as on-set makeup. I chose this field because it's different. Every task that I'm awarded with is different. It's not the same thing day by day, the same routine. My clients, they like to experience creativity, whether it's in their nails, their hair, or even makeup, because I also started makeup in 2008. When I first moved to Southfield to start my business, I was in a place called 7 Days North, which was located across the street from Northland, next door to the Greenfield Plaza. Once that business decided to dissolve, that's when me and my husband decided to open up our own. After that location dissolved this business, I started Pink and White Salon on 10 Mile and Greenfield, right there in the New Orleans Plaza. After doing 8 years there, I purchased a building here in 2011.
COVID-19 has had a devastating impact on small business revenue, and millions of Americans employed by our nation's smallest businesses are at risk of unemployment as a result.
When the coronavirus hit where it affected my salon business, we had to shut down immediately, to protect ourselves as well as the public. And we were all in a state of, just despair and not knowing, not understanding what the virus was and what it meant for us. We thought we were going to be shut down for 2 weeks, and here we are 90 days later, just now getting ready to open up.
Vulnerable jobs in small businesses are concentrated in a handful of industries: healthcare and social assistance, accommodations and food services, and construction and retailing are just a few. The small business owner has usually sunk their entire life savings and personal net worth into the company. They're often the last people paid. It's not unusual for business owners to go without pay so that others can be paid.
Here we are 90 days later after being mandated to close. I'm grateful that we are open and I can still provide a healthy, safe place for my employees and my guests that come in the salon. I was always pretty thrifty, so one great thing about being an owner is my building is paid off, so I don't have to pay anybody back rent. So I do have to pay my city taxes. So, that is a positive outlook on just the whole experience.
Many businesses are learning to change the way they work, actively encouraging flexible work arrangements such as teleworking or staggered shifts. Routinely cleaning and disinfecting all frequently touched surfaces such as workstations, countertops, handrails, and doorknobs. And they're discouraging sharing of tools and equipment if feasible.
Coming back to safety precautions that I had to put in, I had to have my staff take infectious disease control certifications as well as product knowledge certifications, and they're all COVID specific. I also had to get floor markings. I had to get door markings, letting the guests know that face masks are required. And I also had to remind people to keep calm and wash their hands.
The public and private sectors have taken significant steps to support small businesses and their employees. They have made some resources available to help small businesses weather the immediate crisis.
The tubs came from the Oakland County. They were so gracious to award us reopening kits. And those kits contain everything that we need. Face shields, we have face shields, we have the mask, we have gloves, we have touchless thermometers, which was amazing because those things are quite expensive. PPE, the prices have skyrocketed since the beginning of COVID-19. I love Southfield, the demographic here. I love the commerce here. Like, this is just a great place to do business. Oh my goodness, I met Shelly the day, actually before on the phone. And just her energy that she projected was just really great. I needed that, because like I said, this is not business as usual, reopening. And so when I met her in person, she introduced herself. Hey, I'm Shelly, and just asked anything that I needed. She was also so gracious to allow me to pick up kits for each of the employees to keep them from coming out of their homes to get it. So I was able to get things set up and, for them so that they can be confident when they open back up. To maintain a sense of normalcy, I had a meeting with my staff on Sunday prior to reopening, and we did talk about a lot of things that we wanted to have implemented, but I also told them that let's take it day by day. It's just like testing bath water or pool water. Just dip your toe in it, and then we just gonna go. We're gonna have to make adjustments as we go. And it's just one of those things, like, let's just say I'm sorry first, because sometimes I may be overreacting and sometimes maybe not, But it's day by day. We want to keep our families healthy as well as our guests and their families. Although COVID has shut us down for 90 days, I still have a few staff members that are not feeling comfortable in returning to work right away. There's still a lot of unanswered questions. And, I really would like to say that I appreciate Governor Whitmore with the delay. And I understand some people really wanted to get back to work. Some people needed to get back to work. But I also feel that there's information that we still don't know. Our industry is very close contact. So I just appreciate the precautions. I really do. Thank you, Governor. I also would like to take the time to let my clients, guests of the salon, know that thank you, and we truly appreciate you. We appreciate your patience and throughout this whole process. As an owner and a technician in the salon, I had to push my clients back a few weeks so that I can be the owner manager first and make sure that my staff was well equipped to come back and work safely. It's not going to be easy because things that we did before, we can't do anymore. Like our clients have to come in one at a time. So we have to make sure we're scheduling to be very productive. That means longer hours, maybe more days, and that's time away from our family. So it's day by day, and I'm sure we'll return to some type of normalcy soon, but it's day by day. That's the best thing that keeps me motivated is day by day. And it's okay to be day by day. It keeps you calm.
Many of our businesses needed to stay open during the entire time, even though they were dealing with, delicate lives. We have a wonderful business, Genius is on board. They're a daycare center, and they take care of children of our first-time frontline workers, and so they've done an amazing job of adapting and making sure that children are safe. They have one of those thermometers that read your temperature so that they know if you have any. If you're ill before you come in. So they've been having a lot of safeguards. It's a great organization.
When natural disasters or other catastrophic events are expected or have occurred, those on the front lines of healthcare, including doctors, nurses, and other hospital staff, often do not have the option of staying home and need to get back to work. Just like the rest of their communities, they too are personally impacted by these events. But often their greatest concern is who will take care of their children if they are required to work. Genius on Board is located in Southfield. They make it clear that they are not babysitters. They are here to provide an enrichment program that will teach your children social, emotional, and educational development. DeAndrea Murray is the owner and director of Genius on Board. She's a wife and a mother of 4 children, and she's been a resident of Southfield for about 15 years.
So initially I was a working mom just like everyone else. I shopped a lot of different programs looking for quality, affordable care for my children. And a lot of the programs that I seen, they just weren't doing enough for the kids. Like me, I feel like early childhood is an experience. And so it goes beyond, the normal ABCs and 1, 2, 3s for kids, for me. And so just looking at what was available, I decided if this is what is being offered, I can do this myself.
The Genius on Board Child Care Center is a labor of love, and DeAndrea really feels the support from her family.
He's excited. He supports me 100%. He has the same goal. We both believe that, if you teach kids the right things at a young age, it'll help the society moving forward as they become adults. When we moved to Southfield, at that time we were just looking for a nice community that had housing that would be available for a growing family, because at the time we were a growing family. Now we're at 4 and we're done, but that's where we were then. And so that's how we ended up in Southfield. The business, we started at our home in Southfield in our basement. We were there for 7 years, and we had been looking for buildings, looking for the right locations, but nothing, we were able to find what suited my needs. And so then one day my husband just happened to be coming down J.L. Hudson by accident, because a coworker wanted lunch on Greenfield. And so he was coming down J.L. Hudson, and boom, he saw the for sale sign over here. I reached out to licensing department, the state of Michigan Licensing Department for Child Care. When they put that in place for the disaster shelters, I was one of the first people to contact them. They sent out a licensing rep to come out here, make sure the facility was safe, and they gave us the green light to go ahead and open and take those children. At the time, we were actually in the process of opening when COVID-19 happened. So it kind of delayed our opening. And so at the same time, it sped up our opening, because now they had to expedite us opening so that we'll be able to be a service to the essential workers and the first responders, especially with being right behind Providence. Of course, they will want us to be available and open at such a convenient space for the staff that's over there.
They run a play-based curriculum based on age.
Depending on the age, it determines the activities. But generally they come in, they have circle time, they have reading time, as a group. Then they also have individual reading time. They have fine motor activities, gross motor activities. They have art time where they can do art, which is what you see going on right now. So Miss Myra here, she's actually a face painter as well as an artist. And so she's here on staff, but she also has her own face painting business. So she's able to bring that expertise to the children and give them that in the art department. They have their time outside because of course they need that. We believe in going outside unless it's inclement weather. It's important to us that the kids get the outside time. There's a full playscape. There's also a trike track. There's a basketball area, and there's many more things to come. We are open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Some of the things we offer breakfast, lunch, healthy snacks. All meals are under the guidelines of the federal government. We also do extracurricular activities for children. So we have music, we have art, we have photography, we have a STEM room where kids can go up there and do different science projects, engineering projects. We also offer ballet, gymnastics. So they will vary by season and by sessions, but there'll be multiple different sessions. And then we have separation by age, which sometimes it can be very important because it allows the kids to work according to their developmental level. So here we start at age 1. It's recommended for parents as soon as they feel comfortable. Many parents feel that, 0 to 2.5, there's the nurturing stage, and they prefer to keep them home and in a more nurturing environment. Then they tend to bring them sometimes at 2.5, because 2.5 is where the real curriculum begins. At 0 to 2.5 window, that's where we're nurturing, we're building those motor skills, we're building the relationships. But here is good if they start at 1 year old because we have the smaller group sizes. So there's no more than 8 children in the room for kids in that 0 to 2.5 window in our classrooms. So if you notice with my staff, they all wear uniforms because it's important to me that families, when they come in, they can recognize who's a part of the facility. And so they know if you see someone out of uniform, do not let them take your child because most likely they're not affiliated with our facility. So it's important that they can recognize right away who they can speak to in regards to anything that's going on inside of here. So this will be our transition room. So this will be 2.5 to 3-year-olds that'll be in here. So they'll be in between that stage of leaving infancy and heading towards preschool. And so in here they'll have the same options to do different projects. They have their reading nook up front there, which is, there's also book buddies up there so they can go up there and spend some time reading. They have their art area. They have dramatic play as well. So we do have surveillance and cameras in all classrooms. I am able to see what's happening at all times. We are ensuring that kids' safety. We're ensuring that they don't feel harmed in any way.
Verification succeeded. Please check temperature. Normal temperature. Please wear a mask.
Well, now with the pandemic, what we're doing is we are having parents do all drop-offs and pickups in the foyer. So right now they aren't coming into the facility where the children are. We have a hand sanitizer station out in the hallway. We are doing curbside check-in where we are checking all the students in instead of parents constantly touching the check-in station. And then we also have UV phone sanitizing stations out in the lobby for our staff to go ahead and sanitize their phones even before entering the facility. We generally have a staff member available to walk the child out to the foyer. We do tempt the parents at pickup as well as drop-off. So we tempt the parent again because a lot can happen in 8 hours. Tempt them, make sure they're remaining healthy, and then we dismiss the child to their parents. So we are on Instagram, we're on Facebook, Genius is on board. They can Google us or they can go to our website, geniusisonboard.com, and lastly, they can always give us that old-fashioned phone call at 248-996-9556.
The city of Southfield is very concerned about the business community, and we wanted to be there as a resource. We help provide connections to Oakland County where the reopen kits were available. Our Centropolis Accelerator was able to take advantage of technologies and help companies that had products and services that could transition and turn into other viable protective equipment companies, so they helped with creating new manufacturing processes for them. They created the band for the face shields, some of these openers to help so you didn't have to, germ-free environment, offering those free to our business community because we wanted everyone to be safe while they were going back to work. The city has created a really great resource page on our website, and then we've been working with the area Chamber of Commerce. It was really important that we could ensure that our home-based businesses and people that turned back to their home had resources to help them keep their businesses going. And so many small businesses didn't have a viable website or didn't know how to do video, and our chamber has stepped up, and we were doing webinars and teaching people how to sell their goods online, and it's been a great resource for everybody, keeping people employed.